From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, the show has an NL East matchup. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Schaumburg. Well, Singy, as we come into this one, it's all about the sweep.
Yeah, and anytime there's a chance for the Bruins to come out, the pressure is definitely on. We'll see if they can find a way to salvage at least one in this series.
Rise up, it's true.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. And on the hill for the Phillies, King. #1 in the league in strikeouts, Singy.
Yeah, that swing and miss pitch is next level, Boo. The ball just jumps out of his hand late.
It's not just power, it's precision. Every pitch has intent.
Yeah, and I'd say every start has entertainment value as well. You can't look away when he's on the mound.
Xavier Edwards leading things off and takes a strike. Right through there for a strike. Ground ball left side. Jumps, throws, and very nicely done for the out.
Good stretch there to make the play. It looks like someone added a little yoga to their daily routine, if you ask me.
Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. That one sizzling on its way through to the outfield. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
Wastes no time there. He wasn't able to elevate it, but he put a great swing on it. Right on time, good balanced approach, and just blasted it through the infield.
Jacob Marcy, the next to hit, takes ball one. That's to third. Chapman to second for one, and it's over his head. Coming home. Played the plate, and they cut him down.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup. Got that hitter to roll over.
Here's the catcher, Agustin Ramirez.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
0-1. Drilled out towards left center field. Marsh on the move. Nice grab on the run. And that is that. Phillies coming up to hit, no score. You're dialed into the show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And getting the start for Miami, Braxton Garrett. What do you have on him, Chris?
The last time out, he's only able to complete 4 innings, but really battled. Didn't have his best stuff. I look for him to be better in this one.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. And there's a foul ball. Got him swinging. 1 away. Here comes Bryce Harper. 2 for 8 in the series so far. Fly ball down the line. This has got a chance, and it is foul.
Clearly hoping he could get a swing and miss on that, but doesn't fool the hitter with that breaking ball. Nice job, just couldn't keep it fair.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, there appears to be no problem settling in on the mound out there today. It looks pretty tough to start this one, punching out the first 2 hitters of this ball game. And somebody's going to have to put the bat on the ball, put it in play, and get something going.
2 down, nobody on. Foul ball there.
Looks really sharp at the start of this one. this is how it's going to be today. It's going to be a tough one for this lineup.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Inside, almost got him. This to third. Tosses across to first. Turner is out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Scoreless after one. Back at the ballpark where we're on sweep alert, Siggy. We came on the air talking about that, and so far, neither team is backing down.
Nobody wants to be on the wrong end of a sweep. For one team, it's about making a statement, and for the other, it's about salvaging respect.
Sanoha in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
That's out the corner.
Clyde Washington with home plate duties in this one.
A little bit of a low zone boot from Clyde. Nothing crazy, though. Pitchers that work consistently down around the knees and are able to command their off-speed stuff tend to have some pretty good success with him back there behind the plate.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike. Chris, as we look back at the pitch sequence, he hadn't seen that curveball at all. How tough is it to adjust to something like that with a bunch of break when you haven't had a look at it yet?
Yeah, I mean, you're dialed up for something firm. You never want to take a called third strike as a fastball, so you're going to be a little anxious before you recognize the pitch. And right there, clearly didn't see what was coming. Rarely will you see a pitcher just waste a pitch like that. The batter wasn't even tempted to swing. Every pitch needs to have a purpose so that it can set up a following pitch to help you get that out.
1-2 now.
Nope,
really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Hard hit left side. Slings to first in time.
Batting 7th, the designated hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here's the Marlins DH, Connor Norby. That's inside. And that is ball 1. Fought off foul. Second inning here, no score. And that one hammered. Carrying well. Out of here.
What I love about this swing is he stayed tall, allowed his hands to go directly to the baseball, letting that bat head get down through the ball to create backspin and hit it out of the ballpark. Really nice job.
That one fouled off. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across here at the top of the second. Got him looking, and that is that. 1 for the Marlins on the solo shot. It's now a 1-0 ball game. This is NL East baseball here on MLB The Show. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom half of inning number 2, Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
Comes up empty.
This guy's sink has so much drop in it. It's almost like a split finger fastball. Instead of just weak contact and balls on the ground, he gets swings and misses.
Got him swinging.
Quick 3-pitch strikeout, and you look at the sequence. The plan was clearly to work him inside. Didn't want to let him get his arms extended, make him a little bit uncomfortable in there, and he ended up overmatching him in the process. That's one you have to take note of as a hitter for next time you come to the plate.
Slings to first. Already 2 out here in the home half of inning number 2. And now it's Alec Bohm. Two down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. got him swinging for the K. Make it 4 strikeouts for him. Back at Citizens Bank Park, let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year. Check swing, and he went. That's strike 1. Burrell, in his 5th season, hitting 9th in today's lineup. And he was born in the Dominican Republic.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Edwards, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
No, that's a ball.
Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1. Foul ball. Just missed.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Up next for the Marlins.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Stowers, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. That's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Throw into third, and they'll have runners at the corners after a 1-out single.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Now here is Jacob Marcy. Slashed foul down the right side. Gonna hook off into the seats. 2 on, 1 out. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again.
Clearly trying to stay back a little bit longer for that changeup as he fouls that fastball back.
Makes the grab, and there's 2 out. Now here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Agustin Ramirez. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1. Swing and a pop-up. And that's the 3rd out. Marlins strand a pair. They lead it 1-0. Bottom of the inning. And now for the Phillies, Matt Chapman.
Third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Chapman gets a piece there. On a line, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Chris, he's definitely going to finish the year with a new career high in homers. We just don't know how many he's going to hit quite yet.
That's a ball.
Ball 1, no strikes. Chapman on at first, nobody out. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Saxon down looking.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
JT Realmuto steps in. On the ground to third. They get the force as they pass up the chance at the double play.
Sure that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the shirt out, keep the runner out of scoring position.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Kyle Schwarber getting ready to hit, and the first pitch misses for ball one. Foul ball there. The 1-1. Now
That's a
one
ball.
missed. That's off the mark. And now 3-1. Bryce Harper in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Full count now. And ball four, two aboard.
Well, a breaking ball in that 3-2 count kind of tells you that that's the pitch he has the most confidence in right now. Just couldn't find the strike zone.
Here comes Bryce Harper. Thought looking his first time up. Morel. And that's the inning. So they strand a pair. 3 innings complete. It's the Marlins 1 and the Phillies nothing. This is NL East Baseball here on MLB The Show. Back here, Citizens Bank Park, taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. Breaks his bat, pops it up, and that's a foul ball. 0-1. Fastball for a strike.
Go-to fastball way out of the zone. I think he's trying to speed him up. Got to stay back. Off speed's probably coming.
Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Another 1-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Ball.
That misses the
that's a
zone.
ball.
Ball 3. Good job to fight that one off. Here comes a 3-2. Ripped to right center. Should be extra bases. Now around second, going for third. And he's got a leadoff triple.
But when you see that many pitches in an at-bat, your chances of succeeding go up. And right there, we see the result.
Beavers in the box as he fouls off the first pitch.
You know, these Marlins do a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before.
Smoked into left field, base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2. Now here's the Marlins DH, Connor Norton. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. And a foul ball. 1 on, nobody out, a run in, top half of inning number 4. No question about this one, it's out of here.
Most times it's the pitcher looking at the scoreboard for velocity, but in this case it's the hitter. He just turned around triple digits at the dish. I don't even know how he saw that pitch. Maybe he didn't, but he got a home run out of it.
And that drops in for a strike. That missed by a lot. Ball 1.
can be tough to bounce back after a big home run, but nobody on, nobody out. You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
Battling here as he fouls it away. 1-2 now. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. And he'll reach second with one away.
Up next for the Marlins.
First pitch fastball in a great spot to do some damage, and he squared it up nicely.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Morel leads off second with one gone in the inning. This ball's chopped on the ground. Turner with the throw to first, and two away now. Kyle Stowers, the next up for the Marlins. That one at triple digits. He swings and fouls one off. Struck him out without a swing. They limit the damage here. Marlins get a bit closer on this homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. So 2 balls and no strikes. Outside.
Expect for that guy to come right at you with a fastball, something in the zone, because he does not want to allow the leadoff walk.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. One up, one down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
0-1 down.
Nope, that's low.
Swing and a foul back. That's out of play.
Ball 2.
Outside low. Full count now.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. 2 gone now. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. So digging in, Edmundo Sosa. Close, but called a ball. Ball 1. Challenge from behind the dish here. And it's a called strike after the review. Still 2 challenges left for them. Next pitch downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the ground. Oh, look at the stop. To first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Proof right there of why he's a gold glover. Flash that leather around and make everybody excited. Nice job to end the inning.
I know you see the fashion.
Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Right side, hard hit. 1 pitch and 1 out. Now it's the Marlins catcher, Agustin Ramirez. Swing and a high fly ball hit the air left center field. This one's got a chance. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And he's got a double.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Now it's going to be Javier Sanoja. One out and a runner at second, and we're at the top of the fifth. The 1-1 is fouled off. 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Catcher has it, fires to first. Runner on third after the stolen base, even with the dropped strike 3.
Nice job recovering to complete the strikeout at first base right there. Even though the runner from second does move up to third, it's not a big deal in this situation now that they're 2 outs. Just makes blocking pitches in the dirt to this next batter even more critical.
And the 1-0.
Strike one.
Runner at third, 2 away. Swings through that one for strike 2. Fights it off. He'll see another.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
That's a base hit as a run scores.
Picks himself up an RBI. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
And at the plate for Miami, Connor Norton. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3. It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where you're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates, guys aren't touching it.
That clips a corner.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
The next offering misses. It's 2-2. Almost got him.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Picks up strikeout number 7. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and the lead is now 5-0. We head to the bottom of the 5th. So here's the Phillies DH, Alec Bohm. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle and a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boog, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
Chapman batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1.
No!
They've got a potent lineup, and when you think about teams capable of rallying from this kind of deficit, they're right at the top of the list. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Marsh now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Here's a 1-1. On the ground, could be 2. Here's Edwards for 1. What a double play that was. Inning over. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. Now, here is Graham Pauley.
You know, these Marlins, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Now one missed.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. 1 down. Christopher Morel, the next up for the Marlins. On a line out towards center. And a bad jump puts this one out of reach. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over. Back to the top of the Miami order. Xavier Edwards will hit next. Line drive. And that's a base hit. Lead runner around second. To third, not in time. And it's runners at the corners with 1 gone. Stepping in, Kyle Stowers. And that one fouled off. 2 on, 1 out. That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. Just misses with that one.
Evidently not too impressed with that call, and it feels like he got squeezed on the outside corner, so he's making his case. You've got to be careful to pick your spots in terms of showing your frustration with the umpire, and he felt this was his time.
Here's the center fielder, Jacob Marcy. And that drops in for a strike.
And a bat like this is almost over as it begins. In this situation, you have no idea what the next pitch is going to be. You just got to hope that you can make contact.
And now 1-2. In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. Runners on first and third, 2 away. And we're at the top half of the 6th. Way outside. Full count now.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitters got to stay focused on the pitch.
The pitch is upstairs, ball 4, and they're loaded.
Almost a coin flip for the umpire in that call, but most umpires just don't want to give pitchers a break up in the zone like that.
Ramirez in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The 0-1.
No, that's a ball.
Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. High fly ball, shallow right field. And that is that. And the Marlins leave all 3 as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. And we're back with a series sweep very much in play, Siggy. Sizable lead, so keep those brooms handy.
A sweep can really send shockwaves through a clubhouse, Boog. One team surging forward, the other left searching for answers.
Sends it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Here's some real power at the plate. Kyle Schwarber. And first offering is fouled off. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Miami's bullpen with some action. Tyler Phillips, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening.
That's a ball.
The Fish leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Strikeout number 8. So here is Bryce Harper.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
2 down, nobody on.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just sputter, not able to get anything going.
Here's a rip to short, but he's there for the 3rd out. Back here in Philadelphia, they put themselves out in front with a nice display at the plate. Take a look at the spray chart for where their hits have landed.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
The 0-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Dylan Beavers, the next up for the Marlins.
Ball, low.
Pitch is in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. This one in the air, center field. Takes it in for the out. And there's 2 away. At the plate, Connor Norby. Fastball for a strike. And it's fouled away. 2 down, nobody on. Stays alive. The 0-2. In the air, right field. Garcia coming on. And that is that. Miami down in. We're back in a. Pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Tyler Phillips
gets an opportunity to square off against his former team, so I wouldn't be surprised if he came out a little extra jacked up right here.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Ring him up, says Clyde Washington. That's a strikeout. And now it's the cleanup spot for the Phillies. Adolis Garcia. Pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1. And a big swing and a miss. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The Marlins leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th. Oh. That's
ball
outside. And that's ball 3. Battling here as he fouls it away. Payoff pitch. And they'll do it again. Three-two. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it hooks foul.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
Struck him out swinging. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Sosa stands in here. Tried to hold back his swing there, but went around. And that one is lifted in the air. Marcy on the move to the alley. And that'll do it. Back here in Philadelphia, let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season. And first offering is fouled off. Hit hard, but foul off to the left. What a stop. Fires to first. Nicely done for the out. And up next for Miami, Christopher Morel.
Ball.
The 1-1. Nice grab. Over to first. And they get the out.
Up next.
Back to the top of the order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Xavier Edwards. And first offering is fouled off. 2 down, nobody on. That one pushed foul out of play off to the left. 0-2 now. Base knock center field. And that extends the inning.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
A dive, nice stop from his knees, the throw, and that's a nice play to end the inning.
Making it look easy at the keystone position. Definitely worth another look. He'll get some high fives when he gets into the dugout.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Cade Gibson.
And he's got a big-time breaking ball to contend with. Hitters going to have to pick it up early if they're going to have any chance.
Stowers in position, and a quick out, number 1.
Really nice job to get your first out of the ball game.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate. Signs of activity in the pen for the Marlins. Anthony Bender getting loose out there. Strike 2.
Fooled on that pitch, got a little anxious, and now in a 2-strike count, he's going to have to widen out his stance, choke up on the bat, and really make sure he has pitch recognition before pulling the trigger.
Breaking ball inside. Ball 1.
Clearly didn't come out of his hand the right way. Left that curveball way up.
Swing and a miss, and he struck him out. That's out number 2. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. And first offering is fouled off.
Strike.
2 down, nobody on. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia. Still looking at that 5-0 deficit. We go to the 9th, and now for the Marlins, Jacob Marcy. Next offering in there for a strike. That is strike 2. Foley, a 6'4" righty, 30 years old now, and they traded for him earlier this year. That gets by him. And he's into second with nobody out.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
Man at second. And there's a foul ball. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 0-2 now. Fights it off. He'll see another. And the 0-2. Stays alive. Grounds one to short. Turner on to first. Now one gone in the 9th.
Up next for the Marlins.
So now with one away and a man at second. Javier Sanoja now at the plate. Fought off foul. Next offering misses, and the count even 1-1. Tap foul at the plate. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Tosses to first. Out. Number 2.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
Right fielder,
And at the plate for Miami, Dylan Beavers.
Strike. Woo.
Two outs and a runner at third. Here in the top of the 9th.
That's the ball.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 1-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 outs with a runner at third. Some heat there at 98 miles an hour. Marlins 5 and the Phillies nothing.
Just put on your best and relieve your stress. Hey, feels like a holiday. Bills paid, sipping lemonade up in the shade.
Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Anthony Bender.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
And that one fouled off. Strike 2. Strike 3 went back to the sweeper and got the strikeout. So back to the top of the order. Now at the plate, Kyle Schwarber.
Ball.
One down, base is empty here in the 9th. Check swing. He went, and it's 1-1. Swings through the sweeper.
Well, pretty clear to me. He was trying to go deep right there, but you got to get a pitch that you can handle.
That one misses, and that's ball 2. Swings through it for the K. Phillies have just 1 out remaining. 2 down, base is empty. Bryce Harper stands in for the Phillies.
Hey. Ball.
They're down to their final strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the last half of inning number 9.
Ball.
And that's the ball game. 5-0.
I'm in Bottega Veneta, waffling a stitch on a sweater, parakeet green on the lettuce. I don't be rocking no butters. If you see me booted, it's Mason Margiela. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and he'll go to special. I got no vendettas. I'm doing numbers like stars at the Mecca. And Issa Miyake, I flooded Tribeca. Trying to save room for my dinner, but I'd have been touching more bread than a champion at checkers. I crave all the pressure, they cave under pressure. The difference is clear. Aim is a target in over a year. I bet you could tell by this Rick Owens tactical gear. Yeah, I got remarkable range. Midas put fingers to fangs, and also the mains, so only the molars remain. I pick up a couple of chains, I bust on the plane, examine the different terrains. I used to just be in my brain, my love for the game, but now I can feel it in veins, yeah. Came from the sediment, so dirt on my name is irrelevant. Money been calling my minutes unlimited, talking much louder than negative sentiment. But on my 90s, they mashing the rhythm. It's late to the session, I pull up and revving it, hop in the booth of my demons, I let them in. They want the future, so we had to get them in. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and he'll go to special, I got no vendettas. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and he'll go to special, I got no vendettas. Yeah, Cartier frames, I'm Professor Frank. Think I picked Chicago for school, I really just wanted to flex in the mink. Might take a trip to re-up on my ink. I'm on a plane in the beater and links. Call up a Uber, I stop at the corner, I probably won't flood that with the brinks. Armor no chinks, chain mail every week. Stirring up Bojangles, I keep a 3-piece. Throw me in a couple of beats, I send back the gas, it's nothing to me. To get to the record and make a few pivots, my wrist is on fridge and my neck have a ticket. The rhythm they make when they hitting and tricking. The shady, I don't wanna kick it. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and he'll go to special, I got no vendettas. Double R came with umbrella, they tryna rain on my parade from the cellar. Only do beef from the farmer and he'll go to special, I got no vendettas.
From the home of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. Interleague baseball on MLB The Show. It's the Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Seattle Mariners. John Shabby on play-by-play, Chris Singleton providing the color, and singing the big bat in the lineup so far this year, Cal Raleigh. Always exciting to see him in action, and it seems like he consistently finds a way to impact the game.
Yeah, Boog, it's offensively at the plate, defensively when he's on the bases. And this guy's just a heads-up player, but he's got so much talent, and he makes the most of that. I believe it starts with his preparation because you never see him give away an at-bat.
On the hill for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert. He's been one of the best starters in the AL this year, Singy.
Believe it, a Cy Young candidate in the American League, having a great season so far, but he knows he's got more work to do. I've heard his name floating out there as a candidate, but I think he's just going to focus on this one today and try to get a win for his team.
About to get started here, Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Chris, he's definitely going to finish the year with a new career high in homers. We just don't know how many he's going to hit quite yet. And we're underway from Seattle. Yo, one.
Ball.
Marsh matched a homer in his last game.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Check swing, and he went. And the count is even, 2-2. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Bryce Harper to the plate, leading the NL in home runs to start the day. He's been a beast. In there at the knees, strike one. Harper with a homer in his last game. Check swing went around, and the count is 0-2. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter.
Nope.
Any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's in there. Going to count 1-2. Got it. Strikes out the side to begin the game. What a start.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters.
And on the mound for Philadelphia in this one, King. Top 5 in wins, and every time he takes the mound, you expect results.
Yeah, he's setting the tone early and giving his team a real chance to win. That impact shows up in every series they play.
He doesn't just pitch, he competes.
Yeah, but that kind of consistency is what every rotation needs. Much like you, partner. He's a true X factor.
Leading off, J.P. Crawford. And the 0-2. This one in the air, center field. Marsh moving under this one. And he makes the catch. And a quick out, number 1. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Now time is called here. Pitching coach on his way out to the mound.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
And he grounds one to the right side. Sosa whips it to first. And 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first here tonight. 2 outs, base is empty. Here's Josh Naylor. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. The 0-2. Swing and a ball lifted in the air, shallow left field. That is the inning. Scoreless after 1. Back at T-Mobile Park, all set for the start of the inning. Matt Chapman stands in for the Phillies. Swing and a foul out of play. Chapman went deep in his most recent game.
Ball inside.
James Kingsley working the plate. Kingsley's pretty well respected around the league.
Yeah, when you talk to players, I think consistently he is one of the guys you hear compliments about. Players appreciate the job he does back there.
Yeah, that's kind of all you can ask for, really, just a fair chance to go out and have success.
On the ground to third, it's through for a hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Here's Turner now. No score here in the second. Way inside, gets out of the way.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Chapman on at first, nobody out. Pitch
That's
misses
ball
there, and the count is 3-1.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but so many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
The kick, the 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Bruce. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is a high strikeout rate might impact the pitch count as the innings roll on.
And a foul ball. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 0-2.
Ball,
Really
that's
good
off the
take,
plate.
especially with 2 strikes.
Backed off the plate that time. Out towards right center field, and it falls. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off. Runner in scoring position now, and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ball game.
And here is Sosa to the plate. Hey!
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about, but some way, somehow climb back into this at bat through the count.
Ball, that's outside.
We'll lay off that pitch down.
In the dirt. No advance. Good job behind the dish. 2 on, 1 out. And they're all loaded up.
Man, that's a tough one to take on the full count, but I guess he saw it really well. It's a really nice plate appearance.
And now for the Phillies, Adolis Garcia. Golden opportunity right here. This one's blistered. No doubt about it. Out of here. Grand slam. Adolis Garcia goes the other way. His 24th home run of the season, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 4-0.
One big swing, and that turns the tables on this one. And when you come to the plate with the bases loaded and you've got some pop, you know it's hard not to think about the chance to hit a grand slam. And that can be a trap sometimes, but not right here. He seized the opportunity, put a great swing on it, and now they're working with the lead.
One down. It'll bring up JT Realmuto.
Well, at least he's got a clean slate after that grand slam. Nothing to think about on the bases, so he can really go after the hitter and just approach this like it's a clean inning, get the outs that you need, and get back into the dugout. One of the better pitches he's thrown in this game, but he just hasn't been able to do it enough, unfortunately. You know, he could be getting a feel for that slider, though, so maybe that's something he can build off of.
High fly ball down the left field line. Going back. And it is out of here. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 5-zip.
Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
So the Philly batting order turns over. Brandon Marsh will hit next. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball one. That one hammered, but pulled foul. Offense exploding for 5 so far in the inning here at the top of the second. Swing and a ball lifted left field. Out number 2. Here's Bryce Harper at the plate now. Growing up, he experienced the moment straight out of the Sandlot. Harper was getting ready to play for Team USA, but he didn't have a bat, so he borrowed one from his dad.
Okay.
The bat was autographed by Pete Rose. His dad wiped the autograph clean and told Bryce to use it. I'm not sure how many dads would have done that.
Ball one.
Right there for a strike. Two down, nobody on. And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Bottom of the second. And now it's the cleanup hitter for the Mariners, Luke Raley.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard and shut down inning time.
The 2-1. That one drilled left field. That's back there. Leaping, and it's gone. His 13th home run of the season, and they cut it to the deficit. It's 5-1. Now here is Cole Young. In there at the knees. That's strike 1.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the second game of the series.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
That's a ball.
Missed inside with the curve. Got him looking for the K. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Harrison Bader, batting with one down, takes a strike. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. 0-2 now. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch.
That's a ball.
Keep the at-bat alive.
1 out, bases empty, and a run in. Bottom half of inning number 2. In the air, right field. Garcia gets under it, and there's 2 away. So up next, Dominic Canzone. He swings and fouls one off. Comes up empty.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout. Seattle gets a little closer on this solo homer. Back in Seattle, let's check out some notable Cy Young candidates so far this year.
You know, these Phils doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. Not only have they already put up a bunch of runs on the board, but they've also made the starter work really hard out there.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. Fastball is outside.
Like I said, his pitch count is high, so I got to expect they'll be turning to their bullpen sooner than they had hoped.
And that's in for a strike. 3-1. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Well, that's a really good take right there, and that's just mentally prepared, knowing that if it's not on a tee, you're going to take that pitch because you still have one more strike to work with. Not easy to lay off, but he did an excellent job in that plate appearance.
This one smoked on its way out of here. And Chappie crushes one out. Home run number 15 on the year. And they add to their lead. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Logan Gilbert out of the game, and the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New pitcher on here, Jose A. Ferrer.
Well, he's been hit pretty hard at times this season, as you see with the big ERA. So this is an important outing for him to get on the right track.
Here's Trey Turner. Struck out swinging his first time.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
So, man aboard. Luis Ariz stands in. Runner on the go. That's in for a strike. Go to second. That's an out.
That goes to show you stealing a base is a tough thing to do and far from a sure thing, even with big-time speed. It's not easy to catch him, but that was a great catch and throw. Quick, not rushed, and accurate.
Popped in the air. Left field. He makes the grab. 2 down. Edmundo Sosa digs in now. He walked and came around to score his first time up. Foul ball. Sosa starting up the middle at second, hitting 7th in today's lineup, and he was born in Panama. 2 down, nobody on.
Ball down. Ball, that's out.
Check swing, but he went too far. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Breaking ball misses down and away. comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Up with it, fires to first. And it's in time for the third out, so that'll end the inning. Back in Seattle, set for the bottom of the third.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Victor Robles now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there. Swing and a miss. Nice changeup. To the right side, slides for the stop, throw to first, and that's a great play for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Back to the top of the Seattle order, J.P. Crawford, the next to hit. Check swing, and he went, and that's strike one. Swings over the top of that one. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. Mariners go down quietly there. They're down 7-1. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Winning's what I do, kid. I don't take no L's. Make my haters lose it. And this ain't no exclusive. Everybody know it. By now they just used to it. Y'all see.
That's outside.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup. That one fouled hard the other way. And a ball and 2 strikes. That one 95 to finish him off. Here's JT Realmuto. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat.
Ball. Hey!
On a line, and he can't make the play.
You know, line drives are tough because they can sink on you. They can even have some ride and go over your head if you take a false step in. Sometimes they can knuckle. So I'm not sure if that was the problem right there. Could have been the lights as well. Sometimes you see the ball all the way until the very last second. It disappears and it gets real scary.
Outside, that's a ball.
Man at first, one away. And that is out of play. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Swing and a miss. That K is his third of the game. Here comes the new pitcher for the Mariners, Yasver Zulueta.
Well, he's been a bit of a wild card out there in terms of throwing strikes. He's definitely struggled with free passes this year.
Harper in now. Takes ball 1 off the plate.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Check swing. He went. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Real Muto off of first with 2 away. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Time call. The 2-2 will have to wait just a second. Here's a 2-2. Struck him out swinging. Got him. Inning over on the strikeout. Phillies strand 1, and they're on top 7-1. Back at T-Mobile Park, now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh.
This is one of those times when you want to be aggressive. Go ahead and pitch to contact. Let the defense work behind you. You've got a nice, comfortable lead. Don't try to be too fine.
Harper takes it to the bag. Leadoff hitter retired in the 4th.
Next for the Mariners.
And now it's Josh Naylor.
12, Josh Naylor.
That one fouled off. The Mariners with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. And that drops in for a strike. Ball 1 there.
Ball 2.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And that skips into dirt. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
Harper under this one. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Mariners, the designated hitter, Luke.
2 down, bases empty. Next is the designated hitter, Luke Raley. Swing and a miss. That is strike 2. Got him swinging. It's the Phillies 7 and the Mariners 1. Back in Seattle, new inning getting started. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. Fastball, and he gets out of the way. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. That one back there. Pulls it in on the warning track.
Up next for Philadelphia, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
Now it's Matt Chapman. He's already homered here in this one. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Gabe Spire, the left-hander, is getting that big fastball of his ready to go.
Ball 1.
The Phillies up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through that one for strike 2.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Got him. 2 away. Two outs, base is empty. And now for the Phillies, Trey Turner, 1 for 2.
Hey!
The 0-1. That one way inside. Inside, backs him off again.
Aye. Inside ball.
Two down, nobody on. And that one hammered. Canzone going back, leaping, and it's gone. Trey Turner goes the opposite way. Home run number 15 on the year. And they boost their lead. That's their fourth home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Well, Boog, I feel like we're seeing more of this these days.
For the Mariners.
So two down, Luis Arias getting ready to hit. He is singled, and he is flied to left.
Ball one. Ball.
Just
Ball,
missed.
that's just out.
That one catches the zone. That's strike one. That's in there. That's ball four. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
One of the things about that two-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a two-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
And that is that. The Phillies get one by way of the long ball. We head to the bottom of the fifth, taking a look at some notable Rookie of the Year candidates this season. Young. Batting for the second time, and that's strike one. That one hit the knees for a strike.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. And now Bader up to the plate.
Yeah.
Bader, guy who played his college ball at the University of Florida from the New York area. Went to Horace Mann High School.
Nope. Outside.
Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. And they have their first hit since the second inning. Dominic Canzone up next for the Mariners. Struck out swinging his first time.
Ball, that's outside. Hey.
The 1-2.
That's ball two.
That one just misses. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. It just shaved the zone. Still 2 challenges left for them. Man at first, and up next for Seattle, Leo Rivas. 0 for 1 so far. Nobody on the team has more stolen bases than he does this season, Chris.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. got him swinging for the K. And there it is, strikeout number 300. What a season. Mariners lead 1. It's still an 8-1 ball game. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game.
If they was not in the field, I won't put their name in the song. I've been in the song.
So digging in, Adolis Garcia. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1.
I think he was a little excited there, saw the fastball, but needed a step ladder to get to that one. He's going to have to tighten it back up if he wants to have a good at bat.
Spire goes 5 feet 11 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, and he works in a slider.
That's a ball.
Goes down looking. JT Realmuto steps in. He's already homered in this game.
Realmuto.
This one in the air, center field. Robles settles under it. And there's 2 down. Back to the top of the order. Now here is Brandon Marsh. 0 for 3 in this one. Swing and a ball popped up. Crawford in position. He's got it. And that is that. Phillies down in order. And it remains an 8-1 game. Back at T-Mobile Park, let's check out some notable MVP candidates so far this season.
Well, these Mariners need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. Just one extra base hit for them, so they haven't exactly been hitting the ball gap to gap or out of the park. That makes it really difficult to generate runs.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. In the dirt, and that's ball 2. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8.
Not the best location with the fastball. Strike 3, but you're pumping high 90s. You'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport. And I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands. Jumping through the zone.
Here's a 2-0. Cracks his bat and pops him up. And there's 2 away. Here's Cal Raleigh now. What more can you say about this guy? Switch hitter, huge power, great framer behind the plate. How did he get his nickname? Well, it was former teammate Jared Kelnick that dubbed him the Big Dumper. Two down, nobody on. The sliding play it short to first. Nicely done for the out. It's the Phillies 8 and the Mariners 1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Matt Brash. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Harper at the plate now, and that's strike 1. That one not close. Ball 1. Swings through it for the catch. And he's gone for the 4th time tonight. Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Check swing, and he went. Strike 1. Swings through that one. Movement in the bullpen. Andres Munoz, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Stays alive. Set down on strikes. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing beef. Schwarber not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And the strike call will stand. 1 challenge remaining for them now. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Matt Chapman. Line drive, base hit. And that extends the inning. Trey Turner with a chance now. Into center and a base hit. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs. So up next, Luis Arias. That one to first. Nope. And a foul ball. The 0-1.
Ball, that's low.
Swing and a ball lifted to center field. Brings it in. And that is that. It's the Phillies 8 and the Mariners 1. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
The first baseman, number 12, Naylor.
Smoked on the ground a second. Sends it to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. So here's the cleanup hitter, Luke Raley.
Ball, that's inside.
The M's with a lot of ground to make up. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Turner takes it in for the out. 2 up, 2 down.
The batter, number 2.
And stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young.
Hey! Nope. Ball 1.
Right through there for a strike.
Ball, that's out.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. It's the Phillies 8. Back in Seattle, ready to begin the 8th. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. Ground ball left side. And it finds its way through for a hit. And a man aboard. Now it's the right fielder, Adolis Garcia. Gets under and pops it up. Young settles under this one. Makes the grab. Here comes Real Muto. Check swing, but he went too far. And it's 0-1. Sosa over at first with one away. That's a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Next for Philadelphia, the center fielder.
Back to the top of the order now. And now the center fielder, Brandon Marsh. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Swing and a miss at a slider. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. Runners at first and second with one gone, and we're at the top of the eighth. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Called out on strikes. He'll challenge. Thought that was a ball.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days.
So they bring on their closer in the eighth, Andres Munoz.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Ball, that's down.
Fastball in for a strike at a count 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Two on, 2 outs.
That's a ball.
And he couldn't hold back. He's run up on strikes. It's the Phillies. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year. Rip towards third. Chapman over to first in time. One pitch and one out. Zone in the box again. Takes the strike. On the ground to short. Turner with the throw to first. And that is out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Leo Rivas now at the plate. That clips the zone. It's 0-1. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And now it's Victor Robles up to hit. Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits. So back to the top of the order. J.P. Crawford digs in now. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at-bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. They'll keep both their challenges. There's a line drive to left field. He dives, but he can't make the catch. 1 run is in. Robles coming home. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. Through 8 full, it's the Phillies 8 and the Mariners 2. Back at T-Mobile Park, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, it looks like they've been spreading it out pretty well in this one. Boog spraying the ball all over the yard. Good team effort at the dish.
Schwarber leading things off and takes a strike. Swings through that one for strike 2. Munoz, multi-time All-Star. He features a slider, a four-seamer, a sinker, and he works in a changeup. Swings and misses. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth. Matt Chapman up to the plate now.
Really nice swing in his last at bat. Shot a line drive into center field.
Ball, that's outside.
Swings and misses at the pitch off the plate. Gets him to chase after that one. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout. 2 down, base is empty. Trey Turner now.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner in the center.
And it's fouled away. Here comes the 0-1.
Ball 1.
Ripped, but it curls foul.
Well, 2 outs and a chance to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here, and that's not something that's come easy for this staff in this one.
2 down, nobody on. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Oh, great stop. Over to first. And that's a nice play to end the inning. 3 up.
Now
back now, and on the mound, the closer, Joan Duran.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
The switch-hitting catcher will come up to hit. Cal Raleigh, 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Pitch misses, and it's 1-0.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters, even if you give up a solo shot.
And that's
ball.
Off
That's in.
The inside edge. Ball 3. That one in triple digits. And it's filled up. Fights it off. He'll see another. And a payoff pitch. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Boog, if I were him, I'd be nibbling around the plate as well. I mean, this guy's just capable of hitting pitches outside of the zone and driving them a long way.
Nailed it. In the box now. No balls and a strike.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And they'll do it again. Struck him out looking. That was pretty nasty.
Just dropped it in there on the top of the strike zone. Certainly not what he was trying to do with that curveball by any means, but at the plate, you could tell he wasn't expecting it either. I'd say he got away with a big-time hanger on that one.
Next to hit, Luke Raley. There's a swing and a drive. Way back, on its way. And it's off the foul pole for a home run. Another homer. His second homer of the night. Young stands in now and watches strike one. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. One down, base is empty here in the ninth. Ground ball right side. Makes a sliding stop. Throw to first, and very nicely done for the out. So last chance for the Mariners. So here's Bader now. That one close, ruled a ball. And that's ball one. That one ripped. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And he's got it. Ball game. And the Phillies extend their winning streak to 5 in a row.
When you win 5 in a row, the confidence just goes to another level, and you start to gain this momentum, and you think that you're never going to lose a game again because things are clicking up and down the lineup. Pitchers are pitching. The team is making the plays defensively. This is the kind of feeling, it's not going to last all season long, but you want to ride it as long as you possibly can. Perhaps push it up to double digits.
And our final here today, 8-4.
In love, honey, you know it's true. Well, since that day I first laid my eyes on you. Love is a crazy game, baby. It's how I feel. It make you walk so high that it takes so long to heal. Don't please, won't you stay with me? 'Cause since you gone, it's pain and misery. Oh, now please, won't you stay with me? 'Cause since you gone, it's pain and misery. Sometimes I curse that day when you came along. I was happy, but it's been pain now for so very long.